Grade 7 Social Science, History, Chapter 2, New Kings and Kingdoms, Part 1. Learning objectives: to trace the patterns of political developments and military conquest, Gurjara Pratiharas, Rashtrakutas, Palas, and Chauhans or Chahamanas. These are the new kingdoms who emerged during medieval period. Children, now we are going to see in detail about these new kingdoms. Word builder. Children, memorize these terms and meanings. You will come across these terms in this video. Samanta, a chieftain or landlord. Descent, the origin of your parents or other older members of your family. Cavalry, the part of an army that consists of soldiers riding horses. Dissolution, the process of gradually getting smaller or weaker and then disappearing. Emergence of new kingdoms. Children, you have learnt about Harshavardhana in your class 6. The period after the disintegration of Harshavardhana's empire saw the emergence of several new kingdoms such as the Gurjara Pratiharas, the Palas, and the Rashtrakutas. The 7th century saw the rise of powerful chieftains or landlords known as Samantas in different parts of the subcontinent. In due course of time, some of them asserted their independence and formed their own kingdoms. For example, Dantidurga defeated the Chalukyas and laid the foundation of the Rashtrakuta dynasty. Dantidurga is a founder of Rashtrakuta dynasty. The period between the 8th and 12th centuries Common Era saw the rise of a group called the Rajputs. Rajputs were the powerful group during medieval India. They are the clusters of many castes. They claimed descent from Surya Vamsham, the sun's dynasty, or Chandra Vansham, the moon's dynasty. Historians also trace their ancestry to tribes such as the Hunas, 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 Kushanas, 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 Shakas, and so on. They established their kingdoms in different parts of North India and resisted invasions from Arab and Turk invaders. The Gurjara Pratiharas of Kannauj dominated northern India between the 6th and 11th centuries Common Era. They were followed by other Rajput clans like the Tomaras, Chauhans, Paramaras, Chandalas, Solankis, and Gahadavalas, who also built their own kingdoms. But these kingdoms were often engaged in clashes with each other. In the south, the Cholas, Cheras, and Pandyas were the important dynasties. Now let us see a detailed explanation about these new kingdoms. Children, I have given the hints in this slide. Let me explain you in detail. Gurjara Pratiharas. According to some historians, the Pratiharas came to India during the 5th century Common Era. Along with the Hunas, the tribal people. Okay, Hunas is one of the tribal community. So, the Pratiharas came along with the Hunas of Central Asia. Later, they established their kingdom in Punjab and southern Rajasthan. The greatest rulers are Bhoja, Vatsaraja, and Nagabhata I. Bhoja, also known as Mihir Bhoja, was one of the greatest rulers of the Pratihara dynasty. During his reign, Kanauj was the capital of the Pratihara dynasty. It remained so for almost a century. Vatsaraja and Nagabhata were the other powerful rulers of the dynasty. The accounts of Arab travelers inform us that the Pratihara rulers had the best cavalry in India. Children, this account of Arab traveler acts as a best source to know about the Gurjara Pratiharas. And it gives information that the import of horses from Central Asia and Arabia was an important item of India's trade at the time. Al-Masaudi, the Arab historian, wrote about the greatness of the Pratihara rulers and the vast extent of their empire. Now, let us see the battles of Gurjara Pratiharas. In the 10th century, Common Era, the Rashtrakutas attacked Kanauj, destroyed the city, and defeated the rulers. This led to the dissolution of the Pratihara Empire soon after. Now, let us see about the Chauhans. Another powerful dynasty of this time was the Chauhan, or also called as Chahamana, dynasty of Ajmer. Prithviraj III, the most famous Chauhan ruler, ascended the throne of Ajmer around 1177 Common Era. He followed a vigorous policy of expansion of the empire. His most famous expedition was against the Chandalas of Gujarat. Let us see the literary sources. The events of Prithviraj's reign have been described in the epic poem Prithviraj Razo, composed by his co-poet Chand Bardai. Prithviraj Razo also detailed the tale of how Prithviraj weds Princess Samyukta, the daughter of a rival ruler. Let us see the battle. Children, this battle incident is very, very important in the history because it paves the way for a new dynasty to enter India. Let us see the battle. Prithviraj fought and defeated Sultan Muhammad, the ruler of Ghor in Afghanistan, in 1191 Common Era at the first Battle of Terain. However, he was defeated by Muhammad in 1192 Common Era at the second Battle of Terain. This ended the rule of Chahamanas and started Turkish rule in India. So this is the first time the Turkish rulers are entering India to conquer India. And this full history you will study detailedly in the upcoming chapters about the Turkish rule, about the Delhi Sultanate, everything you will learn in the upcoming chapters. So this is the end of the Chauhans or Chahamanas. The Palas. The Pala dynasty was founded by Gopala around 750 Common Era. The later Pala rulers, Dharmapala and Devapala, expanded the empire to include northern India, Kannauj, Odisha, Bihar and Assam and other parts of South Asia. The Palas were in constant conflict between Pratiharas, Rashtrakutas. So, they always fight for land and for conquering other places. The best source to know about the Palas is Tibetan Chronicles. The Tibetan Chronicles inform us that the Palas were patrons of Buddhism. Dharmapala founded a renowned university of Vikramshila and revived the university at Nalanda as well. Children, these two places, Vikramshila and Nalanda, were the ancient ruined learning centers. Nalanda is a UNESCO heritage site. So this kingdom had a close trade and cultural relations with Southeast Asia, which added to their prosperity. Later, Mahipala was defeated by Rajendra Chola of the Chola dynasty. Rajendra Chola was the best king, a powerful king of Chola dynasty. You will learn in the next part of this chapter. So now let us see about Palas. Ramapala was the last powerful ruler, last powerful king of this dynasty. The Rashtrakutas. The Rashtrakuta dynasty, the ruling dynasty in the Deccan, was founded by Danti Turka. Children, you have learnt about the meaning of Deccan in the first chapter, which means in Sanskrit, which means Dakshin, the meaning south. The capital of the empire was at Malket or Manyaket, located near modern Sholapur. They were in constant conflict with the Pratiharas, the Chalukyas of Vengai, the Pallavas of Kanji, and the Pandyas of Madurai. The greatest Rashtrakuta rulers were Govinda III, who ruled from 793 to 814 Common Era, and Amogha Varsha, who ruled from 814 to 878 Common Era. The Rashtrakuta rule in the Deccan lasted for almost 200 years till the end of the 10th century. Now let's see the best example, the best source which gives more information about the Rashtrakutas are the Rocket Cave Temple at Ellora and Elephanta in modern day Maharashtra are the legacy of the Rashtrakuta rulers. Conflicts. So we have seen the conflicts before. Conflicts, they had often conflicts with the Pratiharas, Chalukyas, Pallavas and Pandyas. Now, we have come to the end of the session. We have included one hot question, that is, what was the significance of the Nalanda and Vikramshila universities in the Indian history? Children, write your answer for this question. It should be minimum 5 points, maximum it's your wish. Please keep it in your social portfolio. Thank you, children. Let's see the continuation in the next video. Thank you. Have a great day.